Hello and welcome to the United Show with your host Navicci, better known as Mr. Navid Siddiqui. This is my second take now because I was dumb enough to not do a test shot first and make sure that my head is like in the picture, because the previous video I did, which was quite a lengthy one than I expected, is I'm just like chilling here. This is the part of my body that's talking, but yeah, nonetheless. So this is the United Show. We talk about all things Manchester United. And the reason that the show has been created is because sorry about that. The reason that the show has been created is because I like Manchester United. I'm passionate about the club. I like speaking about it because obviously it's managed by a coach who sees something different from what we do, and we as fans believe that no, that is not right at what you're doing. So I decided to create this platform, or this channel rather, in hopes to obviously start some sort of community, man, instead of buying to Sky Sports and some British channels and whatever the case is. But yeah, nonetheless, this is our South African platform that I'm creating, and I hope you guys will enjoy the show. So in those types of shows, we'll jump into, we'll discuss games that were played over the week. We'll discuss some transfer rumors, our log position, upcoming fixtures, as well as the goal, assist, and the save of the week. I won't leave out the save because I feel that every position or every action is quite vital, because I feel that a lot of people just quite prioritize the goal, which is great. I mean, it's instinct to do so. Goals sort of win the game. But there's other aspects of it that matter as well. So jumping right into it, this is a fan channel, number one. So this is all opinion based. Nothing is factual based unless I say so. So jumping in with it, United's current form at the moment is a very tricky one. It is, I wouldn't say up and down, because it's basically down at the moment. Since Sheffield, the outlier was obviously the 9-0 versus 10-man Southampton. And yeah, I mean, our form is just, it's not that great at the moment, and I'd love for us to be doing better with our form, because our form is so crap at the moment. And I mean, our team just looks run down. I think it's due to the lack of rotation and all those things, but we'll get into that. How the club makes me feel, man. I love Manchester United, man. I was born into Manchester United. My dad is a United supporter, so naturally I just followed the grain. And yeah, man. Like obviously when I grew up, there was always opportunity to support a different team, but ultimately the most excited I get when I watch a team play is when I watch United play. As no matter how crappy they might play, well, that's when I get most excited, when I get most vocal. You know what I mean? The passion just rages inside. Oh, well, a point that I'd like to discuss, which I'm sure a lot of you would like to discuss, is our defense, and that involves our two centre backs. I'm not going to go under here because we all know the centre backs are the problem. Likely Mr. Maguire, the fridge, and ironically, the nickname of his partner is the Iceman. Anyways, that partnership is just not working out. It's really not working out. I feel that when Maguire and Bailly play, it's great, because I feel that as big as Maguire is, as eerily good as he is, and just because, I mean, if you look at him, he looks quite imposing. He's got these like massive like cars. Like you look at everybody else in the team, their legs look like relatively straight, and then this dude, you just see pow, and it's like, yo, you must be hard, bruh. And then you see him play just like so this is 80 million. Is this 80 million? That's how it makes me feel, man. It makes me feel like a total waste of money. That guy's probably valued at, in my opinion, I'd say we'd be lucky to sell him for between 20 and 30 million. That's how crap I think he is. Mr. Fridge. And if you like him, that's just what I think, man. So let's get into some of the matches that we played between the 6th and 14th of February. Now, usually once the show starts developing more, we'll basically do it on a 7 day period. But because it's the start of the show, and I just wanna like yeah, we'll do it in an 8 day cycle. So Everton versus Manchester United. That was a great game until we drew it. And yes, that was our defense. Our defense did that. Because quite frankly, our attack had done enough. We scored 3 goals, which if we got more, obviously that's great. But I mean, 3 goals should be enough to secure the match. And I mean, that's where your defense needs to put out and bring it to the table. Because I mean, it's like the common saying goes, goals win matches and defense wins the league. That's how the saying goes. And we threw it away at the very last moment. I was so disappointed because Bruno Fernandes, Edison Cavani, we played quite well. And I mean, that goal of Fernandes was top shelf. And it was just overshadowed by the fact that we threw the game. And in the manner that we lost, it was so demoralizing because it was the last kick of the game, and it wasn't like a set piece. When I say a set piece, there wasn't a wall created, and the keeper was like, you know what I mean, like needed to save. He was like Lucas Digne, like he basically took it from the halfway line, and our offside trap was set, and it was in. Besides Mr. Fridge, Mr. Maguire, Mr. Fridge, Mr. Slabhead, that guy just decided to run and nullify our offside trap. And then when the goal happened, he still went up and he's like, offside, bruv. So I'm like, no, bro, but it is what it is. We move on to the next one. I say we didn't gain a point. We dropped 2. That's how I feel it. See how hard that was to swallow. And then we obviously had our Valentine's Day. We had our Valentine's Day match was West Brom, which was not romantic at all. Let's be honest. It was an absolutely crap game, and we drew the game. I would have been happy to say that it was a crap game, but we won. But we played a crap game and we lost. Sorry, we drew, but that's what it feels like. And yeah, again, we dropped 2 points. We were supposed to get 6 points from these 2 matches, in my opinion, because these are 2 teams who we'd won previously in the first half of the Premier League. So why couldn't we put this one away and just improve our chances of getting to top spot? Because I mean, now it's just getting out of our reach, and with the form that City's in, I don't see us really getting back to the top and be like, hey man, we're title contenders, man. We're in the title race. I don't see that at all. I don't see it. So yeah, our form is double D. Not as exciting as it sounds. Just 2 draws. And then we moving on to the next segment of the show, which is transfer rumors and wants. When I say wants, it's what I want. That's what I want. So I'll do it position by position, not really by player. A priority, I firmly believe a priority with United at the moment is a centre back. Because if Ollie is so stuck on just playing Maguire and Lindelof the entire time, I don't see how we're going to be getting rid of Maguire, because he's just always there. No matter how crap his performance is, he's going to be there. So as much as I don't like Maguire, when I say I don't like him, I don't mean personally. I just don't like the way he's playing, especially with Lindelof. He's not functioning like the 80 million pound signing that he is. He's playing like someone. We need an elite defender if we want to stay and be in the top 4, and not just that. If we want to stay in the Champions League, we need to have a top class defender. We can't be playing Europa League, and ultimately, because it's our defense that's just sucking, man. Transfer rumors are surrounded around Jules Koundé, the centre back for Sevilla, who whooped us in the last semi-final of the Europa League, in case you remember. Even though he wasn't the tallest centre back in the world, Ibrahima Konate of RB Leipzig, who seems to be another Eric Bailly, a good defender, very injury prone. Because every time I see RB Leipzig play, I hardly see Konate playing. I always saw obviously Upamecano playing, and what's his name, Nodi Mukile, something like that. We obviously saw him last night if you watched the match. Sergio Ramos is also a rumor. I doubt that's going to happen. I don't see Sergio Ramos wearing a United shirt, even though I'd love to see that stuff. But realistically speaking, Ramos is a captain, and if Ramos comes to United, I feel he should be captain because he's got the experience. He has that killer instinct. He's won 3 Champions League that I know of, probably 4, but he's won 3 that I know of. So, but where's that gonna happen? Especially Maguire in the team. I think Maguire is like just he's yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna go anymore. I feel we need a CDM because we currently have we have 2 players playing the CDM role, and both of them don't do it very well. We have Fred, we have McTominay, or better known as McFred. And no, it's not a McDonald's burger. It's not a very nice burger either. Yeah, man. With McTominay and Fred, there's no creativity in the midfield. They just constantly passing sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards. And it just gets so tedious because they hardly play any forward balls. They just play it very safe. And I would imagine it's because they probably don't have the creativity to play the good pass. And I don't blame them because maybe that's who they are. Maybe that's how they're advised to play. Who knows? But they just don't work. McTominay does have a bit of threat going forward, as we've seen from the past games, especially the Leeds United game. That was clinical, and the man he finished those 2 goals I was impressed. I was like, Max Sauce is doing the things, eh? But yeah, they don't work together. They just kill our game. They make us so drab, and without Pogba in the midfield now, it's just so bad, man. Like, as I said, we just went sideways passes, backwards passes, safeway passes. So yeah, man, I don't like that. I think we need a CDM. I think we need a Fabinho. I know this is a Liverpool player, but if we had someone like Fabinho, a Casemiro in our team, or even a Rodri would be good. That would be something to behold. I wouldn't say Kante. Kante would be good, but if we buy Kante, I feel another Matic will happen. And while Matic is good, I obviously feel like he's dropping off now. I mean, the last match he played was absolute trash, but we won't go there. So as I said, need, and here's the want. Right. The reason I say want is because obviously the priorities right now is the defense. I mean, we've scored 50 goals in the Premier League. That's excluding other competition. We scored 50 goals in the Premier League, which is the highest scoring team currently in the Premier League. So our attack isn't really that much of a concern. Yes, it can be better, don't get me wrong, but defense is more of an issue because I think we've conceded 31 goals, whereas City, the last time I checked, as I'm speaking under correction here, City has conceded 14 goals. They've played 1 game less than us, but I don't think they're going to concede 13, 14, or even 2 goals in their next 1 match. So yeah, man, we really need to back up that defense. It needs to improve drastically because we could have dropped. I mean, if our defense was up to par, we could have been up there with City. In fact, we could have, dare I say, we could have still been top. But yes, I'd like to hear from you. What do you think a good signing would be? As I said, for myself personally, I'm gonna name 3. I'm gonna name Jules Koundé of Sevilla. Even though he's not the tallest guy, I feel he has the most potential. I mean, centre backs don't really score goals often, and he went out here and he went to go score a goal against Barcelona. Not your header goal, not your tapping goal. Like, you know, when you press L1 on FIFA and the player like starts his run, he did something like that. We played a 1-2 with somebody and he shot it into the far corner and he beat Stegen. That's a big thing for anybody, let alone a centre back. So, and he's solid at the back. So if you look at Sevilla's defensive record at the moment, they're actually quite good. So I'd take Jules Koundé. For a CDM, don't really know who. A few channels that I watch, and also on FIFA. There's this guy who plays for an Italian club called, I don't know what's his name, I just know his surname is Locatelli. He seems a pretty good prospect. So maybe even him, but I don't think our scouting network is going that far. So for the CDM at the moment, there's no actual suggestions that I know of. I know there's a lot of fan theories around Bissouma of Brighton, but as I said, there's nothing like really set in stone. So we don't know. But then again, there's nothing set in stone with either of these transfers. So yeah. And for the right wing, I'd like Jadon Sancho. Just saying. I mean, why not? I mean, what do you have to lose? I mean, imagine this is our attack, right? Marcus Rashford on the left wing. Striker is Edison, Cavani, and Greenwood. Greenwood, I think, is becoming a striker. I think it'd be great to say, but we'll say Edison, Cavani for now. And on your right wing, you have Jadon Sancho, and playing as our attacking midfielder is Mr. Bruno Fernandes himself. Imagine that attacking for, like, whoa, I'm telling you, like, we'll make Barcelona and Real Madrid be like, yo, you. It's a good attack, I'm telling you. But, and again, dare to dream, mate, dare to dream. Yeah, as I said, let me know what you think a good signing would be. If you don't mind, include the position as well, just in case I don't know the player. Or even if you maybe want to play someone out of position, that's all good, man. Let me know. I'd appreciate the comment. After all, this is a fan channel, and yeah, let's interact, man. Let's get this thing going. A log position at the moment, we are second by goal difference. City's pulling away. Leicester is basically another United with their form at the moment, let's be honest. But yeah, man, we ultimately just need to worry about ourselves at the moment. We shouldn't worry about City, we shouldn't worry about Leicester. We just need to worry about winning every game that we have left, if it's possible, and not losing. So that we can secure the bag at second place, because I mean, that's our ticket into Champions League. That's a much bigger improvement in the last couple of years, because we've been very inconsistent these last couple of years, and I want United to be on top again, as everybody remembers. I mean, we are the biggest club in the world, so we should be there. We should. Let's move on. Upcoming fixtures: Europa League and Premier League. Europa League, as you know, is Real Sociedad, as well as Newcastle in the Prem. Sociedad is tomorrow, and Newcastle is on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, or Sunday. Yeah. Sociedad, I'm seeing that playing away. I want us to win, because as you know, our away form is quite good at the moment. So yeah, man, I'd like to win that. Newcastle, we have to win. Let's be honest, we have to win Newcastle. There's no ifs, there's no buts. It's just win Newcastle. That's all that it is, man. It's all that it is. We shouldn't be settling for anything less from our team, especially because of these last couple of games that we've been through. And the weirdest part is of our recent form. Sorry, I'm going off the expectations now, but the weirdest part of this all is that we played such a good game against Liverpool. We finally beat them, and then we just went on the slump. And hey, complacency, complacency. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to rotate the squad more. We need to be playing more players, because we have the players. Whether we aren't backed by the board, we're not getting the players that we want. We have quality players in our team. We just need to use them, because you get Pep, you get Jurgen, Mr. Klopp, and even Mr. Conte. But okay, I'll stick to Prem at the moment, the Premier League. Yeah, man, they know when to make their subs. They aren't scared to put the player on, even if it's taking off your best player. They know that they have to make subs, and Ollie just doesn't do that, bro. We just play first starting 11 whole game, every day, every week, every minute, every second. Probably do it every game if we could. That's the way that I believe it, and this is ultimately down to managing skills, man. So yeah, man, he needs to improve on that. We have three very good players, I believe, at the moment, especially for the fact that obviously the way the team is going, we have Donny van der Beek, we gran him, Alex Telles, gran him, all in my squad at the moment in FIFA 21, and Axel Tuanzebe, because bro, like, I obviously saw Axel Tuanzebe before, but when I saw him play against PSG, I'm like, where was this guy? Like, where was this guy? Who wakes up the next morning and be like, Mbappe, Neymar? Who does that? Axel Tuanzebe, as bragging nice to say that. But anyways, the next few weeks will be hectic for United. It'll be interesting to see which competition Ole Gunnar Solskjaer prioritizes. I personally believe it should be the league, the Prem. I wouldn't say that we need to totally neglect the Europa League, but yeah, we shouldn't be proud. If we win it, we win it. If we don't, we don't. Simple as that. We should have been in the Champions League this year. We should have been in the Champions League right now. But no, Mr. Solskjaer. Yeah. Anyways, we won't cry or fret over spilt milk. Let's move on. Last but not least on the show, we have the goal, the assist, and the save of the week. A lot of people will probably think, hey, it just should be the goal, but why not all three? Because all three are important aspects of the football game. Goal of the week is, for me, as Mr. Bruno Fernandes and his L1 shoot goal against Everton. Beautiful goal, absolutely beautiful goal. The way it just like sailed over him, it was like beautiful. Nothing. There wasn't nothing for that, and he scored another blinder with his weaker foot against West Brom, so it's also a good one. But for me, L1 circle, it's so disrespectful to score like that, and I love it. So for me, goal of the week, Bruno Fernandes versus Everton. Assist of the week, I would say Luke Shaw versus West Brom, because of how far, because of where he crossed it from. Because I mean, let's be honest, Maguire thought he was playing left wing back in that game. And yeah, he pushed the ball so far it almost went out, and Shaw was like, I'm gonna send him, and Fernandes scored. So for me, that's assist of the week, and the save is the double save of the week. Sorry, I mean the double save made by Mr. David De Gea against West Brom. Because let's face it, Mr. Fridge was out here thinking that, hey, I'm a striker, I'm gonna shield the ball, till I get fouled, and the bruh failed. He failed. So sad. And he was so lucky that David De Gea was there. I mean, we could have lost. Imagine we lost against West Brom and Sheffield. Yo, I would have been crying for the whole week. But yeah, so that's the show. Not too sure what time this is finally gonna upload, because I'm anticipating this to probably be about 2 or 3 gigabytes. But yeah, don't let me worry about that. But I'm aiming to upload every Tuesday, between Tuesday and Wednesday, between 7 to 9 p.m. This will be a weekly show. So I pray that everything goes well there. I'd like for you guys to be part of the journey with me. Let's make this fan channel great. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys soon. Again, I am Brother Navicci, better known as Mr. Navid Siddiqui. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week.